You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted best of Pahrump for 4 years. Give them a call, 775-727-9900. News 25 is also brought to you by Gunny's Air Conditioning and Heating. New, service, and repair. Call Gunny's, 775-727-6800.
Hello and welcome to this edition of News 25. I'm Unette Gentry. Thanks for joining us on 8th Country Radio, and we're also streaming at KPVM.TV. We're also on your Roku devices. It is Thursday, July 16th. In our top story, a suspect is sentenced today in a Pahrump courtroom in connection with a 2025 murder. The victim, Joey Perry. And the suspect received a suspended sentence and probation. News 25's Christy Willis was on hand and has details, including a victim impact statement from Perry's mother.
On Thursday, July 16th, Fabian Ferrante appeared in court for his sentencing in connection with the 2025 death of Joey Perry. Ferrante pleaded guilty to 1 count of accessory to commit murder with a deadly weapon as part of a plea agreement. When given the opportunity to address the court, Ferrante said, quote, "I'm sorry for their loss, and that'll be it," end quote.
Judge, I just want to say that I'm sorry for your loss. That'll be it.
His defense attorney told the court that while she is not always moved by what her clients have to say, she believes that Ferrante and his family are genuinely remorseful for what happened. Following those remarks, Joey Perry's mother, Marian Osceola, delivered an emotional victim impact statement to the court.
On July 5th, 2025, my youngest son, Joey, was murdered. Since that day, my life has been changed forever. I relived that phone call over and over in my mind. I can still hear the screaming that Joey had been shot. I rushed to the hospital only 15 minutes away, hoping and praying that he would survive. When I arrived, the hospital was on lockdown and I was escorted inside. That is where I was told my son was deceased. I will never have closure because I was never given the opportunity to see my son one last time or tell him goodbye. I understand that Fabian was not the person that pulled the trigger. However, he chose to be there that night. He was with the shooter, and his actions afterwards made him a part of what happened. The choices made that night had devastating and permanent consequences. My son is gone forever. Because of those choices, I will never watch Joey get married. This loss has affected my entire family. It is unfair to my mother, to Joey's brothers, to his nieces and nephews, and to everyone who loved him. We all miss him every single day. I ask the court to remember that while those responsible will continue living their lives, Joey does not get that chance. Our family received a life sentence of grief and will carry it for the rest of our life. Thank you for allowing me to share the impact that Joey's murder has on me and my family.
After hearing from the victim's family, the judge called both Ferrante's defense attorney and Deputy District Attorney Keith Brower to the bench for a brief sidebar before returning to issue the final sentence. In accordance with the plea agreement, Ferrante was sentenced to 19 to 48 months in the Nevada Department of Corrections. However, the prison sentence was suspended, provided he complies with the conditions set by the court. Ferrante was placed on probation for a term not to exceed 24 months and was ordered to serve the first 60 60 days of that probation in custody. As part of their probation conditions, he is prohibited from having any contact with Anthony Aguilar, Carlos Blakely, and Nevaeh Miller.
In more local news, a Pahrump father faces child abuse and neglect charges after deputies say they found 2 young children living in what investigators describe as hazardous and unsanitary conditions.
On Wednesday, July 15th, at approximately 2:25 p.m., Nye County Sheriff's deputies responded to a welfare check at a residence in Pahrump after a caller reported 2 children, ages 7 and 9, were allegedly staying there alone. The caller also reported dog feces throughout the home and needles left on the kitchen counter. According to the arrest report, deputies spoke with a neighbor who claimed the children had been running around unsupervised for about a week and had observed what appeared to be drug paraphernalia and syringes inside the residence. Deputies then made contact with Joshua Cluley, who allegedly admitted the home was not in suitable condition for children, but allowed deputies inside to inspect it. Investigators reported finding piles of trash, dog and rat feces throughout the home, flies, spiders, ants, multiple dogs living inside, and 2 syringes containing what appeared to be a brown residue on the kitchen counter. Deputies also stated that none of the home's bathrooms were usable and that the children had been sleeping on a stained mattress in a cluttered bedroom. Authorities reported there was little food inside the residence, and the children were seen drinking water from an outside hose when deputies arrived. According to investigators, Cluley initially gave conflicting statements about the children's living arrangements and who was caring for them. Deputies later confirmed with the children's temporary guardian that she had not been asked to pick them up and was not traveling to Pahrump as Cluley had claimed. The children appeared physically healthy, according to deputies, but investigators determined Cluley had allegedly placed them in conditions that could have caused physical or mental harm. Joshua Cluley was arrested and charged with 2 counts of child abuse and neglect.
Metro Police need your help identifying 3 juvenile suspects accused of robbing and carjacking a victim at gunpoint.
The Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department is searching for 3 juvenile suspects wanted in connection with an armed robbery and carjacking that happened on July 11th at approximately 1:13 p.m. near Wyatt Avenue and G Street in Las Vegas. According to investigators, the 3 suspects allegedly robbed the victim using a deadly weapon before stealing the victim's vehicle and fleeing the scene. Police describe the suspects as 3 black male juveniles. One is approximately 5 feet 11 inches tall and 300 pounds, last seen wearing a red hoodie and black pants. A second suspect is about 6 feet tall and 150 pounds, wearing a black hoodie with gray sweatpants. The third suspect is estimated to be between 5 feet 6 inches and 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing 120 to 140 pounds, and was last seen wearing a black, gray, and white hoodie with red, green, and white pajama pants. Anyone who recognizes the 3 suspects or has information about the case is urged to contact the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department Commercial Robbery Section at 702-828-3591. To remain anonymous, tips can also be submitted through Crime Stoppers of Nevada at 702-385-5555. Information leading to an arrest or indictment may be eligible for cash reward.
Don't grab that remote. News 25 will be back with so much more after this break.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, the CEO of a Bitcoin company wants to bring a state-of-the-art horse racetrack to the south end of the Las Vegas Strip with the possibility of a winter training facility to be right here in Pahrump. Chris Palermo reports.
Chip Myers wants to bring Las Vegas Downs to the south end of the Strip. It's a vision for a state-of-the-art horse racing track that would offer ownership opportunities and exclusive access to private clubhouses. the founder of a company that operates Bitcoin ATM machines, says that it would be built somewhere in the vicinity of a yet-to-be-determined piece of land on the south end of the Strip between Mandalay Bay and the M Hotel. ThoroughbredDailyNews.com says there are still some parcels large enough to accommodate this. The season would run from the beginning of November through the start of April. Myers said, "We're not going to compete with the casinos, as the track would have no casino or hotel attached. They will come to our place for 3 hours and have an amazing time and spend a lot of money. Then they go back to their hotel to gamble, eat, and sleep there." He told the publication there could be a Pahrump connection. Chip Myers is looking at property in Pahrump, Mesquite, or Cold Creek, north of Vegas. A winter training center would be built there, and the horses would travel in every race day. The developer says all of this could be in place to run the first race by November 21st, 2029. Hilt Ventures operates a network of cryptocurrency kiosks that sells Bitcoin and other digital currencies. Myers is the founder and CEO. He says, "I feel like Nevada and Las Vegas is really open for business and really interested in supporting commerce." He says he has half the funding already secured. The facility itself would cost around $550 million, and a training center would run around $50 million. This is excluding the cost of the land. There is a major obstacle, though, and it stems from legislation. The license would require to maintain a 200-room hotel and bar and 24-hour restaurant. This would be gambling on horse racing only. It would require a change in legislation.
In today's sports news, Asia Wilson racks up more trophies at Wednesday night's 2026 ESPY Awards. Mikey Ruhan has all that and more now.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. Asia Wilson of the Las Vegas Aces continues to add hardware to a trophy case that's probably violating several building codes by now. At Wednesday night's 2026 ESPY Awards on ABC, the four-time MVP was named Best Athlete in women's sports for the second time in her career, after also winning the honor in 2024. She also took home Best WNBA Player for the third time in 4 years. If you've been driving around Vegas lately and noticed a mysterious gold symbol with the date 7/16/2026, congratulations. You weren't accidentally staring at the sun. The mystery has officially been solved. A full-page ad in Thursday's Las Vegas Review-Journal unveiled the Vegas Golden Knights' 10th season logo, celebrating a decade of hockey in the desert. The Vegas Golden Knights also announced the 2026 VGK Golf Classic, set for Tuesday, September 8th at TPC Summerlin. The charity tournament will feature members of the organization, including select players, with proceeds benefiting local charities through the VGK Foundation. Unfortunately for fans, the event is not open to the public, so unless your golf game is good enough to get invited, or you're really convincing as a caddy, you'll have to cheer from a distance. And finally, She Weekend in Las Vegas has arrived, with Flavor Flav hosting a celebration honoring Team USA's women athletes. Tonight's festivities include a concert at Toshiba Plaza beginning at 7 p.m., followed by a parade down the Las Vegas Strip at 8 p.m., featuring the gold medal-winning U.S. women's hockey team, skeleton, and bobsled athletes, and members of the Las Vegas Aces. The celebration wraps up at 9 p.m. when the athletes receive keys to the Las Vegas Strip. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Thanks so much, Mikey. And can your smart home devices also be energy saving? Find out after this break.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back. And we have breaking news now into the KPVM newsroom. Currently, there is SWAT activity here in Pahrump at the intersection of Comstock and Zelza. There are reports of SWAT, ATF, Homeland Security, NHP, and other area law enforcement there. And authorities are asking the public to please avoid that area of Comstock and Zelza while this investigation takes place. We are working to have crews on the scene gather more details, and we will bring you more information as it becomes available in our next newscasts. In more area news, smart home devices are all the rage. That's why Valley Electric Association is sharing easy ways that you can harness their energy saving.
This segment of News 25 is brought to you by Valley Electric and its family of companies focused on serving our members. We're better together.
Get smart about energy savings. 3 ways to make your home smarter. Number 1, smart speakers. Smart speakers allow you to control smart devices through voice control or apps. Help you save energy at home or away. Number 2, smart thermostats. Smart thermostats save you over $50 on annual energy bills. Learn your energy habits to adjust and conserve. Number 3, smart plugs. Smart plugs convert ordinary devices into smart ones, are affordable and easy to use. Remember, secure all smart devices to protect yourself and your family.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Let's take a look outside our Lerner and Rowe weather cam at this beautiful July day. Look at the hot air balloon on the horizon underneath all of the clouds. Will that cloud cover spell rain or higher temperatures? Find out after the break.
Weather is sponsored by the Nevada Dairy Farmers and the Dairy Council of Nevada, sharing the love of all things dairy. Celebrate the best moments with milk. Milk the moment. And the weather is also brought to you by the Ponderosa Dairy, Nevada's largest dairy, fresh from our farm to your table.
Hello, Romy here on this thankful Thursday. Let's take a look at our surrounding areas. Fernley, we have a high of 97, Fallon at 99, Carson City and Tonopah with a high of 90 degrees, Goldfield with a high of 95, Beatty at 104, Amargosa at 109, Las Vegas at 106, and Death Valley at 118. Currently here in Pahrump, it is 103 degrees. The high today was 105. Winds coming from the south at 12 miles per hour. Humidity at 27%, and the sunrise was at 5:38 a.m. And tonight, the sunset will be at 8 p.m. Humidity at 29%. Winds coming from the southeast at 13 miles per hour, and the low will be 82 degrees. Now let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. Tomorrow, Friday, the humidity will be at 32%. There'll be chances of showers and a high of 96 degrees. Saturday we have a high of 102, Sunday at 104, Monday will be partly cloudy with a high of 101, Tuesday we have a high of 100, Wednesday with a high of 102, and Thursday at 102 as well with partly cloudy skies. And that was the weather. Now back to the desk. Here's Unette.
Welcome back, Romy. Always great to see you. And as we close tonight, we say goodbye to a Hollywood acting legend. Hal Williams died at the age of 91 in his home near Los Angeles, California. The actor is best known for portraying Officer Smitty Smith on Sanford and Son, his character portrayal on The Waltons, and he is perhaps best known as Lester Jenkins on the sitcom 227 opposite Marla Gibbs. Rest in peace. He was 91 years old. Well, that does it for this edition of News 25. I'm Unette Gentry, and from all of us here at KPVM and Ace Country Radio, we'll see you on the air next newscast. Good night.